This help video is intended to look at the table and data generated within Maternity Tracker to see what information the table contains and how to interpret it. So Maternity Tracker is accessed off the Tracker menu. And the prior video shows how to set up all these filters and what they mean. So let's say we wanted to look at just the all calvings category, and we left our view by month, and I didn't apply any filters, just let this thing run wide open and hit preview to get an idea what the table looks like. Okay, so now the table, since our view was set as month, we can change the view either here or in the prior screen during the setup, but we can do it on the fly right here as well. So we have the month view set up, and now on this area we're simply looking at all calvings, and as you recall, all calvings are those that resulted with a known sex of the calves. So we can see month by month the breakdown. So let's focus on November of 09, the first complete month in this report. There were 65 calvings, and if I click on that 65, now I get a list of all the calvings. And like all the other trackers, I can go directly to the cow page. I can dump this list to Excel. I can sort this list by any of these items. And now I've got a listing of all the calvings. You can see there were 65 cows total. And it's certainly within a month, a cow did not calve twice, although that's possible if we look over a longer period of time. And we've got a list of the cows, the barn name, the lactation number of the cow or fresh date, and a lot of other information about that cow and the calf itself, the sex, the gestation length, and so forth. So it's a convenient place to quickly find a group of calvings. The next row is born alive, and this is simply the number of calves born alive. So there were more calves than calvings, which would suggest that there were some twins, 3 born dead and 66 born alive. So there were a total of 69 calves born to 65 calvings. There were 38 heifers born alive and 3 heifers born dead, 28 bulls born alive, and none born dead. So if I click on any of these calf lists, I'm going to get a list of calves with the index number of the cow, the calf ID, the birth date of the calf, and the calf code. And then as we move down further, I've got another row with free martins born alive. A free martin, of course, is a heifer born to a heifer bull twin calving. If there were any aborts, those are listed. Here there was one in December of 09, so there's the cow that aborted. And then the percent dead, and so this would be the DOA rate, probably one of the most important numbers on this table. So in this area you can see the DOA rate was 7% over the last year, and you can see it changing month by month. The next row are the percent with a calving E score of 1, and then percent calving E score 4 or 5, percent female, and percent twin. So again, any of these cells, we can click on the list and look at the animals that are within that list. Now, if we wanted to change the view, we're looking at this by month. We can look at this by day of the week. Just changing that and hitting change view, we can look at our, for example, our DOA rate by day of the week. And in this area, you can see there are some differences day to day. Be careful that there are at least 50 calvings in each window to consider. Now, again, by changing the view, we're not changing the totals. We haven't changed the filters. We're just displaying these 522 calvings in a different manner. We can look at that by week of the year. Let's do it by lactation number. Now we're breaking it out by all the different lactation numbers. We can see that DOAs didn't necessarily change much by lactation number. So again, all these different filters are down here, and it's simply going to provide tables of different ways to view those same calvings. Now what we might want to do is now let's look at all these different calving category views. Okay. And now this top all calvings category is what we were just looking at. Now below it are the female calving categories. So we can see there were 241 calvings that resulted in only a female calf being born, 250 that resulted in only a bull calf being born, and 31 twin calvings. What's interesting on this herd, if you look at the DOA rate, the twin calvings, this herd had a 40% DOA rate, and a DOA rate in bull calf or male calvings were 4%, and in female calvings it was only 2%, and the overall DOA rate was 7%. So it's obvious that this herd has a very much of a problem with DOAs in twin calvings. So again, by moving back and forth between our view and back and forth between the filters, we can really answer a lot of very specific questions relative to maternity performance. The typical thing to do first is just to look at this by month and see what's going on, and typically look at maybe first lactation animals separate from others. Again, like all other trackers, we can dump this table into Excel, and any cell within the table we can click on and generate a list of calves or a list of heifer or cows that calved.